Hey gamers, it's Kwing here. Welcome to another Game Nights video review. Finally, the Super Star Wars trilogy comes to a closing curtain with the release of Super Return of the Jedi on the Wii's Virtual Console. Thank you, LucasArts. Now, this is actually my personal favorite of the series. Now, after Luke faced his greatest fear and took on Darth Vader in Cloud City, Luke and Leia leave with Chewie from the Rebel fleet to rescue Han Solo from Jabba's clutches. Once again, Skywalker returns to his home planet of Tatooine, except this time, he is no mere Padawan, he is a true Jedi. Super Return of the Jedi, like its predecessors, is a 2D side-scrolling action-adventure game that is divided into multiple concepts. For one, there are two character classes in this game. You have the melee, which would be Skywalker, and the long-range fighters, that would be Han Solo and every other blasting-wielding nut. Unlike the last game, Skywalker can only use a lightsaber this time around, and he has 5 force powers that return from Super Empire Strikes Back. Although the force powers are still as epic as always. Skywalker can once again freeze enemies with the force, sneak past them, throw his lightsaber, and even heal. Yes, I know I'm leaving one out, and we'll talk about it later. Brand new to the series is the inclusion of Princess Leia and Wicket the Ewok. Just like the last game, it's divided into different gameplay styles. You have, of course, the platforming, the running and gunning, the Mode 7 stages. Plus, for the first time in the series, we have a first-person viewed Death Star attack. Still, the overall concept of this game is to rescue Han Solo, face Darth Vader again, destroy the shield generator on Endor, defeat the Emperor, and destroy the second Death Star. Wow, that's a lot to do. Well, not much has changed gameplay-wise from the last game. As stated before, Luke is the only one who can't use a blaster. Luke's controls are exactly the same, except they've been fine-tuned just a little bit. Like, Luke is able to use the lightsaber to block now by actually hitting the A button. This game also has a new icon that makes Luke go all hyper-like. He can run faster, jump higher, and kill enemies just by touching them. That's sick! Leia has the highest jump in this game, which really doesn't make that much sense, but she's the only character who's able to use both melee and long-range attacks. Although, only at different parts of the game can she actually use a blaster, but it's still pretty cool. Like the last time, both Han and Chewie can shoot in multiple directions, use grenades, and even super bombs when they pick up a thermal detonator. So as you can see, not much has changed. Same can be said for the Mode 7 stages. The only difference here is now you can't move from side to side like before, unless of course you're playing in the Millennium Falcon stages. Still, this game is not without its headaches. Let's first start with Skywalker, shall we? Now, out of all the force powers to make a triumphant return, why in the world did the Reflect make it back in? I'm serious, why did this force power make it over some of the better ones? Especially considering how easy in this game it is to actually block with the lightsaber with the A button. This just really annoys me, mainly because I grew to love the elevation force jump in Super Empire Strikes Back. It made the game playable, and replaying it, knowing that I could do that super jump, oh, that was so much fun. I also really hate the Rancor pit. The reason why this level just ultimately fails is because you have these stupid volcanoes placed everywhere, and they just really degenerate your health. Ah yes, the Emperor boss fight. Now what makes this boss so difficult has nothing to do with the boss himself. Nope. It has to do with Skywalker's surroundings. Bet you didn't see that one coming. It is very unlikely that Pruneface will be able to kill you. However, falling through the obstacles is another story, so keep a sharp eye on the lightning strikes, young Jedi. Otherwise, you're toast. But what shocked me even more was escaping the Death Star. Holy crap, was that ever hard. Considering that even on Brave difficulty, this game is pretty much a cakewalk. The controls are absolutely hideous for this level, considering how great they are the rest of the game. It makes no sense. You have to hold down the B button to accelerate, and you basically have to guess when you actually need to move your ship. If you don't move it, you're going to smack into something. If you do move it, you're going to smack into something. See, it just doesn't work. All the while trying to avoid being baked to a crisp by those flames chasing after you. This level is just, you would need a PhD in order to beat it. I hated every minute of it. I went from 28 lives to 3 before I finally beat it. That's just dreadfully bad. Now, Super Return of the Jedi has some really cool things going for it, though. For one, unlike the last game, you don't need to use debugs or cheats at all. You can still do it if you want to, but I didn't. All it does is give you unlimited thermal detonators and stuff. But anyway, here's the debug cheat menu. At the title screen, press AABBXXYY At the title screen, hit the start button and then you'll hear a sound. I think it's laughter. Then make sure you plug in a second controller to skip the level whenever you want. Okay, Luke's saber skills are excellent, and it makes him the character of choice for every level except maybe 2. I just had a lot of fun cutting down lots of enemies using Skywalker because he is the best character in the game, and the lightsaber combat is just awesome. The Force Heal is still the greatest of Luke's abilities. Return of the Jedi has tons of Force power-ups scattered throughout the levels, so even if you can't find enough health swords or hearts in the stage, Luke can use these health power-ups to heal himself with the Force. A lot. I love Ewok Village B. I know for a fact that millions of gamers hate this level with the utmost passion for living. I'm not one of them. The reason this stage is so cool is because it has the best shortcut in the entire series. I'm serious. All you need to do is shoot your arrows at this giant tree and climb up it. It is really easy to do, too. I like the fact that the game lets you play as a total of 5 characters. Not to mention you can choose a character to use on almost any level, with the exception to the Skywalker-only levels. This helps the gamer determine what character is needed to beat that particular stage, and it adds a very cool strategy element. Otherwise, if you pick the wrong character, then the game's gonna pwn you. Most skilled gamers can beat this game just using Luke Skywalker, with the exception of the Rancor stage using Han or Chewie. Although there's no shame in actually switching characters, that's part of the fun of this game. The speeder bike stages for its day was just jaw-dropping. I mean, look at the graphics of this level. That is just nuts. This level was absolutely just so much fun to play, and I dare say that this is the best Mode 7 stage in the entire trilogy. Another really great factor about this game is being able to play as Princess Leia, which a lot of people see as a great addition to the series. She has 2 different control schemes too, which is kind of cool. She can use melee attacks like her brother, and she can also use a blaster like her husband. She also sports 3 different costumes in this game, each with their own unique abilities. So there you go. Many people love playing as her because of her super jump and of course the awesome super move. All the characters are represented very well for a video game, and it does the Star Wars universe justice. But the animations for Wicket makes this a must-own game. I mean, look at how adorable he is. They even got his walk down perfectly. Oh, that's so cool. The sound effects are as impressive as always, not gonna lie. But the music is what puts this game over the top in my mind and so many others. Paul Webb goes out with a huge Death Star bang with some of his best Williams arrangements yet. All in all, Super Return of the Jedi was a really great gameplay experience, but at the same time, it has some major issues as well. Like Super Empire Strikes Back, some levels are downright impossible and a bad joke. Still, this game closes out a very well-made Star Wars trilogy game series for the Super Nintendo, and I'm very happy that the series finally re-released on the Wii's Virtual Console. This game has excellent side-scrolling action goodness, an awesome speeder biker stage, insanely cool lightsaber combat, great platforming, hideous flight sim controls, amazing music and sound, cheats, password system, 5 characters, and immensely high replay value. So, Game Nights Entertainment gives Super Return of the Jedi a 9.3 out of 10. Well, thus concludes my Star Wars Trilogy review series for Game Nights. Thanks once again for watching another Game Nights video review. Keep it locked here for more of our trailers, gameplay vids, interviews, and don't forget to listen to our radio program every week. This is Kwing as always saying God bless and happy gaming. Until we meet again, gamers.